All right, I'm excited. Just went on a hike. It wasn't a little hike, it was a big hike. We made it up to the top of a cliff, somewhere between Big Sur and Pebble Beach. This view doesn't get any better.
Definitely not, man.
And we talked the whole way up here, and there were some stories that stuck out that Jeff was telling. So we're gonna just try to dive into a few of those because they're worth sharing.
We should have filmed them all on the way up.
we should have.
I think we kept talking to try and take away the pain of the burn in our legs going up the hill.
That's true. 2 miles turned into 4, and then who knows?
I thought it was 2. You wouldn't have gone if I told you it was 4.
Yeah, that's true. So, little known fact about Jeff Ritter: you were on the high school team with Jim Furyk.
That's right.
And we were talking about what stood out about him, right? Because obviously he's turned out to be a decent golfer. And he told the story about basketball. So you just tell the story. This is good.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I grew up with Jim. He was on our high school golf team, and he was a junior member at the club where my father was a pro in a small town in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And Cordy, you asked me about, was there something about Jim and growing up with him that kind of stood out? A lot of times you look at people that are really successful in life and you wonder if there was that precursor, that thing that you just knew back then that something special was going to happen. And with Jim, I can honestly say that, he was on a mission. He had a vision quest. I mean, it was very clear that he wanted to play high-level golf. It was clear he wanted to play professional golf. I don't think his parents pushed him or drove him in any way. It was just who he was, and I was 2 years younger than him, and I always looked up to him because he was very confident, he was very intelligent, and he had a work ethic that was uncommon to any other teenager that I had seen. And he was able to really sort of navigate all the things that happen from a social environment in high school and get past them and really be focused on his future. So when I see him doing so well, I'm not surprised at all, and I was really lucky to kind of get to know him. But we talked about his basketball, yeah, his competitive nature, his competitive spirit. And he was a really good basketball player. We had a pretty good basketball team. Of course, I wasn't on it. I'm too short to play basketball. Irrelevant to the story, by the way. But we were playing very, very well, and we were sort of having that Hoosiers type of season. And we were advancing from the local level to the regional level. And we were playing against a team that we had no business being in the tournament with. And our coach was really well known for just being kind of a hard ass, right? So you definitely listened to what the coach was saying. And it was the end of the game, and the whole school was there. We all traveled from our small town to this big venue. And you got 2 seconds left, and we're 2 points down. And the play is inbounds to Furyk, under the net, take the 2, go to overtime. And of course, inbounds to Furyk, he steps behind the 3-point line, throws it up, swish, game over. And I think that in sports and also in life, there are some people that want the ball, and there's some people that don't want the ball. And think about someone at the high school level who's really not only, putting the weight of the school on his or her shoulders, right? But also the backlash that goes along with being defiant with the coach and possibly, letting down everyone as it relates to this dream season. So when you watch him on the PGA Tour, the guy wants the ball. He's playing to win. He wants to be in those pressure situations. And when you look at that particular moment relative to what he's become, a Hall of Famer, it's easy to see the connection.
Well, when it comes back to expectations, right, and awareness that failure is a part of the process, right? He could have thrown it up and missed it.
Sure.
Way more easily than he could have made it. But he took the risk and he let go with the possibility, real possibility. I've worn this thing forever, it seems like. But that's just the point, right? Like, you don't know until you take the shot, and sure, you could fail, but there's always the opportunity to go after it again, right?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I think that, golf is the ultimate game of opportunity, as basketball is the ultimate game of opportunity. And of course, in that particular circumstance, if he misses, it's all over. But there's only, 1 point in a game or 1 point in a round of golf where the last shot is the last shot. And one of the things we talk about from the mindset perspective related to make the turn is what we call the shooter's mentality. And it's really seeing that just as in a game of basketball and a game of golf, you have a lot of opportunities to do amazing things. And if you allow your emotions to go up or down based on whether or not the ball goes where you want it to go or the ball goes, in the hoop in a basketball game, it's going to be really hard to be able to approach that next shot with the same level of conviction and belief. So we always tell this story about Michael Jordan relative to his performance. And, with basketball, you go to a town and you play 4 or 5 games in a series. and you play the same team, 4 nights, and you see the same crowd 4 nights, but each night doesn't always start off the same. So during this one circumstance, Michael Jordan comes out and he's absolutely on fire, hits his first 10 shots. And the teammates are going, this is amazing. The crowd is going, this is amazing, raising the roof. And we always say to our junior golfers, what is he thinking in this moment, right? And they're like, give me the ball. They're like, that's right, things are going well. Give me the ball. So then we flip to the next night, same building, same teammates, same opponent, and things start off in the exact opposite fashion. He bricks, airballs, misses his first 10 shots. And we say to these junior golfers, what's he thinking now? And they're like, don't give me the ball. And I'm like, no, he's Michael Jordan, right? And there's a reason why we know his name's Michael Jordan, because it doesn't matter if it's going in or it's not. He's thinking, this is perfect, this couldn't be better, give me the ball. And if you think about it, statistically speaking, if you made 10 shots in a row, you'd be due to miss. Whereas if you miss 10 in a row, you kind of be due to make. Yep. So you always have to look at basketball and sports and also life as a game of opportunity. The higher your mood is relative to the act you're trying to perform, the better chance you have of accessing your best stuff, and golf is no different.